Hi everyone, welcome to the Verinite podcast. This is our humble try to shoot a video interview and I'm very excited. So for this first interview, we have a very special guest with us, our favorite Verinitian, Mr. Yogesh Bhagat.
Thank you. Thank you, Shruti.
Hi Yogesh.
And hi, Shruti. Definitely, this is going to be the pleasure for me, and I am also excited.
Great. So Yogesh, he has completed 10 years recently, and this interview is especially to understand all your journey, all the learnings, all the experiences. I'm sure there are wonderful experiences that you have gone through. So we
Definitely
would like to know everything about it. Okay. So let's start from the start. Okay. So we would like to know more about Yogesh in the year 2013.
2013. Okay. So when I was not actually the part of
Yes.
Verinite itself,
Right.
I was just a fresh graduate in 2013, but that graduation was something, I would say, the outcome of whatever the investment that my parents, my mother especially, did basically during those years. I'm coming from very basic background, like my father who sells vegetable, even he does it today. My mother who is basically did a job of maid during those days. So this was always motivating me to find something which can basically help my family to come out of all these situations. So I only found one thing is education can help me to resolve all these challenges that we were facing as a family. And I come from a place, Akola in Maharashtra only. So there I did my schooling. Then after that I did some diploma courses in mechanical engineering. Again my graduation was completed in mechanical engineering only. So during all these years there was only one thought that after doing these colleges and all, I should get some job where I would be able to definitely excel, put all my potential to make things happen which I was dreaming for these many years, right? And so that is how I started something in some mechanical industry. Actually my first job was. So I was selected in the college itself for that job. So it was a placement in college. So that job I did only for 3 months.
Okay.
Because simple reason was it was not helping me to transform as a person. It was giving knowledge, maybe salary, but it was not helping me to grow as a person there basically. That environment or something, I was finding something else maybe. So I started finding something that okay, maybe for personality development you should have people around you who are basically little polished, because I was aiming for actually IIM. So nice. I wanted to practice communication. I wanted to develop the personality. I wanted to have that exposure of international what I would say, international exposure maybe in terms of delivery or in terms of doing the things for people who can speak in and out in English language basically, right? So I thought software technology or software industry could help me to be there. So I started doing CAT preparation in 2013 itself. I was doing that with time, and then I was also did my testing courses in Pune. And now when I did testing course and I was doing CAT, and my background, this equation was not somewhere working that I will just do the preparation and I would not do the job for a long time. Okay, so I was so desperate, we can say, or we can. I was looking for a job like anything, and for that, it was difficult for me, being mechanical engineering background person, to get job into software industry maybe. But one thing that I was doing every day was reading whatever notes I have about the software testing. So that's how one day I got basically chance to interview for Verinite. It was Shankadeep and Debashish at that time, and our office was there in Shivaji Nagar. That chowk, if you know, Bal Gandharva, you know that. So there we had our first office. It was like 1 BHK kind of a office that we had. So there I actually was interviewed by Shankadeep and Debashish, and that interview itself has some story to. I did some poem and all in that interview. It was a different kind of an experience again. But then on 18th March, it was the Holi actually on that day. So I got a call from Shankadeep on that day. And now this, I was not even able to sleep that night. I was so excited to join software industry, to work with the software industry.
True.
So happy. So that was like a start, and that's where I am coming from. Definitely all the credit of education and everything goes to my mother.
Yes.
And she's like a person who keeps me motivated.
Lovely.
Thank you.
That's
That was about how I started.
Great. Now let's start with all the firsts in Verinite. Okay. So your first year. How was the first year? Now you started in March 2014.
Yes.
So how was the experience there?
Now you must be thinking, okay, this person was looking for a job like anything. So he started doing this job from the first day so seriously, but that was not the story. Sometimes you are looking for something, and once you get it, you don't know how to handle it. That is what my situation was. I was excited, and I was just excited that I am just selected. What needs to be done, it was actually just a start, right? It was not the end there, right? So if you see the first 3 months, and I don't know if you know this, I am sure you don't know this story, because even you were not there at that time. So at that time, Ashish was handling HR. Okay.
Constant comparison I face.
So I think my manager at that time, there was a Puru, who was my manager, and he mentioned to me that Verinite is thinking to terminate you.
Really?
Yeah.
First 3 months?
First 3 months.
My God. Okay.
And because we do not see it's working, we are looking for some people who are focused. We are startup. My employee ID is 16. So you can understand at that time, like everyone who is coming in has to start performing from the first day.
Yes.
Right? So it is like around 12 to 13 people in whole organization we were. Out of that, many of them were on site. We only had one project at that time, which is Tail Rock. And from the first day I was working on that project, and as well as some other projects. Those 3 months, I was just like maybe disturbing people, asking some questions, nothing. So there was no focus at all. When I got that message, I think I had enough courage to hear that. I am sure, and I know maybe what I did, I don't know, but after that 30 days continuously I was in office. I did not take any holiday or nothing. I said like whatever I miss, I will recover my learnings, everything, and I will bring that focus back, which I actually put in to get the job. And But then there is a good story as well. So after that, in first 3 months, and it was a first time Verinite has started giving some awards for in the delivery, right? So there was a quarterly award basically, right? So after that, like 3 months, I was awarded as a best employee of the quarter.
Nice.
So that was the outcome of giving message at right time, maybe by leader.
True.
And you are also responding very well. Your actions should be positive, and hopefully I was on that path.
Came back on track.
For that next 3 months, and that is how it is started. So it all happened in that old office. It is still like in front of me how that office was and all. So I think the learning is only that focus.
Right. So now you said that we had Verinite had started setting people on site, and on site is like that time also it was like attraction. So how about your first on site in Verinite? So when you got an opportunity to go at an international location from here.
Yes, I also had that opportunity, and Ashish used to sit beside me. So I used to ask him, sir, when I'm going? Okay. One thing I told him, sir, I saw one dream yesterday that you are sending me an email. I got an email that Yogesh, you got an opportunity to travel to some on-site location. So these stories were happening there because I was seeing like my seniors who joined. I was in third batch basically. Before that, there were 2 batches who joined Verinite. At that time, it was not like 15 people, but few people, like 2 people, 3 people, like that. So the people who joined before me, they got on sites. They at that time we were working with some clients in Bahrain. So Bahrain basically was some power cut project. It was. I used to see like when I will get that opportunity, right? So again, focus was to make sure I deliver enough so that I get that opportunity. And I think it just in 1 year. In 1 year I got opportunity, not for Bahrain, but after Telrock project I was working for some Dubai client.
Okay.
And we were doing some testing work for them. Okay. So it was like a TCOE kind of testing center of excellence was something they were planning.
Wow.
But they wanted to initially check us kind of how we deliver, that testing was happening there because obviously we were setting up our credentials in market, right?
Correct.
So for me it was not a message like that is how it is going to be, but first 6 months I was individually contributing to that project.
Okay.
And that was my first on site. Again,
within a year.
Within a year,
yes.
That's
nice.
It's within a year, and now you can understand that a person with 1 year experience moving to on site, carrying that thought on mind that it's my first and it could be last if I don't do this well.
True.
If I don't justify don't do justice to this opportunity, right? So this was again taking something like if I don't do, this would happen. If I do, this could happen. So I should be able to face Ashish or who Debashish, Shankadeep, who has given me this opportunity, send me here, right? So basically that trust I wanted to make sure I don't lose, basically, and so I started putting my efforts. First 6 months were bad, very bad. I would say if someone is shouting on me, that does not matter to me. I have to make sure that only I should spend these 6 months carefully enough so that thing does not go wrong, right? But that happened. 6 months went well, and I can remember that story. I think it's one of the best day, I would say, that Ashish and Debashish traveled there for a client visit in And just casually Ashish mentioned after client meeting, you are a star.
Wow.
Tu to superstar hai yaar. So that time I think I was like, okay. Otherwise I was just thinking what client would say, because definitely I made lots of mistakes.
Yeah.
But client was there to basically make me correct, and there were other friends on the floor, relationship that you set up that makes. But client was just putting or noticing how much efforts we put,
Yes.
how extra mile we go to make it
Correct.
happen.
Correct.
And there was a positive feedback, and then we started thinking about TCOE. We set up a TCOE, so I was managing kind of a on-site coordination for all the projects that we did. Around 40 to 50 projects we did as a part of TCOE delivery basically, and there were lead at offshore, there were team that was working from offshore. It were like those projects were like giving me a good amount of learning in a maybe in just a second year of my career itself, that handling very critical projects there. It could be digital revamping of the sites, of their credit card products, or it could be critical rewards, related migrations, all such kind of projects that we did with them. A prepaid card, which was like a site they launched to sell the prepaid card online.
Okay.
So it was an end-to-end implementation. So there are many projects that I can just will not be able to recollect even now, but it was a good learning and awesome basically opportunity.
Wow.
So I need to thanks Verinite for that quick opportunity, as well as giving me that exposure. So this is how this second year went. But one thing that I learned there is you have to be a CEO of your own tasks.
Nicely put. CEO of your own task.
Yes.
Nice.
That is how I will conclude it today. Maybe that time I was just putting like, I have to just do not need, I should not be losing a trust, and that's what I was doing it out of that fear basically. But what it means today is you have to be a CEO of your own task. And what was the outcome of this? When you do that, I was awarded in Verinite again as a best employee of the year.
Wow.
So before that first year, one of my close lead only, she got it, that award. I was again putting those efforts that I should get this next time, and so that was the outcome.
Wow.
It was again a great year basically.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. That's wonderful to know. Right now till now your story is like great. You've been a star. So was there anything that you could have done FTR?
FTR? Oh, you are using delivery jargons, right?
Yes, I'm working in
First time,
I
right?
should.
So you reviewed maybe care is.
True.
Definitely. Things cannot be always right. It cannot be always good to you. And there is a downfall. There is a downfall. So it happened just after this. I came back from Dubai on site. We completed that project. There were some other assignments which were going on, but I was I was looking for some different opportunities. So I moved out of that project.
That project. Okay.
And I basically traveled to Pune again, our location. So one day, my Devashish came to me, basically our leader. So what he mentioned to me that you have to go for some time to the Chennai location. We are having some BU projects there.
BAU projects.
BAU, yes. It was a 24/7 support projects for Vision Plus system.
Vision Plus, okay.
So we were doing Vision Plus BAU support, as well as we were doing some good testing for them for all the projects or CRs or changes that they're implementing.
Okay.
So it was a good opportunity in terms of learning for me, because I was getting exposed now to the CMS system, which is the core
Core of Vision Plus.
where Verinite is known for those expertise as a domain as a domain company, right?
Yes.
So that was a good opportunity to learn and basically change my profile itself now from peripheral system testing to core system.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
But this role somehow BAU something that I did not enjoy initially.
Okay.
So I started reacting, the way I should not, basically, to enter opportunity. And there were some challenges which were going on the floor in terms of resources maybe, or in terms of how some escalations were there from the client. Maybe some few things were happening, and maybe I was not able to manage it properly at my level, because my role was not a lead there. I was just a test analyst, senior test analyst person there, who is working in the team to support that BU project and make sure that whatever the things are assigned to me are going fine. But something was happening which was not keeping me on like, again, I maybe that focus was not there basically. Yes, so basically my role in that project was about like BAU analyst as well as test analyst. Okay, so it was a good opportunity to learn, everything was there. But you are coming from on site, you still have that mindset of you can do something else maybe, and it is not only a good opportunity for you. You do not have, you are not keeping enough trust. You are not understanding maybe why leader has given you that project. What is his perspective that is not reached to me properly, or I did not understand that. Why if I would have even understood, maybe I was not prepared to handle that. That I understood later, that maybe I was not able to correct it, so I started becoming a problem.
Okay.
I was not becoming a solution, I was becoming a problem there. So that was a downfall, definitely. But again, after 7 to 8 months in that project, spending a good amount of time, I was basically sent to a different on-site. This time it was Vietnam.
Wow.
Okay, so it was second on-site for me, with a different opportunity, but there was also a problem in terms of what we were facing there.
Okay.
We were also setting up the team there, right? And it was an opportunity for a BA role now.
BA role. Okay.
Yes.
What was the project?
This project was about basically data center migration.
Okay.
Vision Plus system was basically there, which their migration from I think China to India, this data center. It was again kind of a compliance or regulatory project, which was running on a very tight timeline, and
a typical project forte for Verinite. I mean, we are famous for solving all types of difficult problems, tight timelines.
We always in that.
We are famous for that.
Yes, we are famous for that, and we take a pride.
Definitely.
Definitely, we take a pride of doing something difficult.
Yes.
Helping our clients to make sure that things goes well, and they basically give us more opportunity in terms of these people can do the core domain things properly in the market right now, and that was there obviously, but for me at my level, again I was learning something new, and again I was having that okay, I did not do something well, which I should have done. I was, carrying that with me to Vietnam. I was not alone. That thought I was carrying there. But I wanted to bounce back. I wanted to make sure that this time I would again earn that trust from my leaders, and this opportunity I would use specifically in a different way, at different level. I would definitely not compete with anyone but with myself again, to make sure that client is happy, all the stakeholders who are involved here would be happy with my performance, and I will learn the best things that I can. I miss basically in Chennai, right? So this migration went well.
Okay.
There were some critical issues in terms of database and all. So I was my role was to handle all the database things as well. One of the responsibility was to design this database.
Okay. Nice.
To help them to migrate this internal data to different peripheral systems, how this will impact. So definitely opportunity was critical.
So what was your experience that time? Because you joined as a fresher, so how much time did you spend over
I think
there?
I travel.
No,
it
I
was
mean to
3
say, what
years.
was your experience total when you were sent to Vietnam?
3 years. 3 years
3 years
experience.
only.
Yeah,
Okay,
3 years.
great, great.
So in 3 years experience, I started doing that BA role basically. So again, this one, this client who was not showing that confidence initially, we turn it to the started showing a good faith in me, basically, like how I am doing the things, how I am putting the efforts, how I understood the entire end-to-end business there, systems, right? So all those things, they basically like the way I put efforts, the way I approach. Initially, yes, it will be difficult for you, but you have to continue putting those efforts. And this time, the story is different. This time, client awarded.
Wow.
I mean, it's their internal thing, but definitely they consider us as a their team, extended team, and client awarded me at the end of that migration, basically, with their usual awards that they give to employees, and that was an achievement. That was different experience altogether.
Wow.
So this time again, but one thing that I learned and I understood, I continued that project for a few months. We were working for some BU projects, new initiatives for next 1 year there. I was performing the BA role. So we deliver again good amount of, good number of projects there, considerable projects basically. But then I started again realizing that I did well here, but something that I go back and correct.
So are you
Which
still carrying that baggage of being a
Not
problem
now.
in your current?
Not now, but at that time I was carrying. But someday I call Debo.
Okay.
Debashish basically. We call him
Yeah,
Debo.
we call him Debo. Yeah.
So I said, Debo, can I go back to Chennai?
Oh, really?
Do we have some opportunity to, the project that I left before few months.
So you want to do some damage control there?
Yes. So I was carrying it. I don't know how my leaders were thinking, or I was carrying it.
You were carrying that baggage.
I don't know if I did right, wrong. I don't know, but I was carrying it, and I wanted to correct something, go back and change that story basically. So, and I think now, as of now, my leaders in Vietnam, right, they also handle me very well, had given me different perspective about how things can be handled, and I think leaders play a very effective role in terms of mentorship.
Yeah.
So this time the mentorship was different when I was in Vietnam, right? So the leaders that I had in Vietnam, he definitely told me that, I mean, not directly, but he taught me about how things can be handled in some difficult situations, right? So that mentorship has to be there, and you should find mentors.
True.
And I am very fortunate that in Verinite we are so serious about mentoring people. We are having different level of programs
Yes.
to mentor people now, and to have our homegrown leaders.
Yes.
And there such programs would definitely give us people who are do the things correct in the difficult
Yes.
situations, and it can be achieved only through mentorship, right?
Yes.
So this time I called Debo, right? That's where I was telling you the story about. I called Debo and said, Debo, I asked Debo, can I go to Chennai? He said, I will tell you, let me think, see what is there basically. And fortunately in few months there was a transition. This project was moving from Chennai to Mumbai basically.
Okay.
And there was again a problem of handover.
Okay.
So that problem in the sense ki who will do this now, because maybe people who were placed there, they are so settled, their home now they cannot move maybe to Chennai, Mumbai. So this entire thing, learnings, everything, someone who has worked there already can understand better.
Correct.
Maybe.
Correct. Yes.
So that was a door opening kind of a thought maybe in my leaders mind, and I said I want to play a key role in that transition. So this time I was not sent as a analyst obviously, but this time I was leading it.
Okay.
I was sent as a lead basically there, and when I was sent there, again it was definitely a situation where you have to keep patience.
Yeah.
Now you have to show that maturity. All that I learned basically in my last project. I was demonstrating, and definitely it was again a success for us. 6 months we acquired the knowledge, not only knowledge, but we set up again the relationship, because entire management at client side was changing for that project. So giving that confidence to that team as well, that new management for that project itself was very important, right? It was very important to make sure that we can help you in your own changes at your organization level as well, right?
Right.
So again, so this was something happening there, but same learning then we had to apply in some fintech when we were setting up the project.
Okay.
So what can happen is, when you start doing something right, you can multiply the outcomes.
True.
Right? And this outcome, I would say ki, like, leadership was again, I think I earned this trust again. And why I am not carrying this, because that year when we set up for a fintech, again a good BAU kind of a setup for 24/7, client was so happy the way we set up these. We set up like an experienced team this time, right? So my team got award of best team
We have
for that year,
award,
right?
Wow.
So we have an award which is like best team for that for a year, right? And I got basically a outstanding leader.
Okay. Nice.
For that year.
Wow.
So this is how it was concluded.
So you don't have that baggage anymore, and you kind of are.
I don't have that baggage, and I actually have an experience that things can go wrong, how we can maybe correct it. I would always suggest that damage control is required. Do it on right time. Whatever mistakes you might have made, it's fine. Just find an opportunity to correct it.
Right.
That's it.
Yogesh, I want to ask a very direct question. You have seen so much now. There's up and down, and a lot of mental pressure, a lot of self-doubt, and a lot of baggage. Did you ever thought of quitting?
I think I not only thought of, I did it.
Really?
I put resignation multiple times.
Ah.
With that experience of 4 or 5 years, if I am getting some call is going wrong, I would just go and okay, thank you, I want to resign, right?
Yeah, you just wanted to express your anger that way. That
Yes,
was the only
that
way
is-
to express
that is a
anger.
reaction,
But now
basically.
that you have learned that that's not the right way.
That's not the right way.
You should go and
Discuss. You should go and discuss, and even those days as well, I used to get call after doing all this, and I understood the different perspective.
yes.
It's not like our leaders are convincing and they are basically having that job of bringing you back to the normal stage. Your resignation should be cancelled. No, that was not on their mind. They were giving me a perspective about why you should be still here, right? And what it can be for you when you actually work with some organization for a long time. And that was my basic thought that I started building, that I do not want to do the jobs at multiple locations with the multiple organizations. I want to do it here because it's like a climbing the or trekking on the same mountain, right? And if you go and trek on the same mountain in some angle which would be hard to walk upon, basically, this is going to test you as a person. So you cannot get a next position or next role in same organization without becoming a good person.
Okay, you need
Unless
to
and until you transform, you cannot go into the next role. That can happen if you are there in same organization.
You need to elaborate a little bit.
Let's say whatever stories I told you, right? I spent my first year, started from the focus. It made me personally as a good person.
Right.
What I would have done, I would have said bye-bye to Verinite, and I would have got in some organization as job, right? But that attitude would not have been corrected there.
You would be the same person
Same
that you
person.
were. Right.
So it would not give me a chance to correct myself. It would not give me a challenge to transform myself. So every time, every year, I can see I transform little, then where I would get a new things to do in the same organization. So I think it's simple what I am telling now.
Yeah.
That mountain and all was little complex, but that's my own theory.
Yeah.
Leave about it. But transformation
Yeah.
has to be there. Otherwise, personally, I would not grow.
Correct.
Personal development, I am little selfish on that part. I want to make sure that personally also I am growing. There should be some needs, there should be some wants in life while you do job.
Yes.
I learn in some sessions from some basically experts in during the COVID, right? How do you find a job, basically? So you should have a needs, you should have wants, correctly mentioned, almost 8 needs, 8 wants.
Okay.
And you can prioritize that. If this organization is fulfilling,
Those.
and I can still see Verinite is on the top.
Yeah.
Because obviously now I spend this much time, we have built a relationship, right? That relationship can always give me a chance to understand my leader's perspective. I am a part of external leadership now.
Yes.
In Verinite, which cannot happen easily, right?
True.
Which gives me different exposure to understand why things are happening, Even
So
in the strategy meets that we do, everything that we
So
do
now
here,
you're on the other side of the table.
other side of it.
Now you understand.
So
Nice.
to understand that why, I think leaders has already given me opportunity to be the part of that group. But this can only happen
Yes.
if you do the wrong things and do the correct things in the same
In the
organization.
same organization. Right, right. Very nice.
Don't do the wrong things, obviously, but it would be the mistakes.
Correct.
And it can happen by, not by intention, but it can happen basically.
But also I think the work culture plays a very important role here, because when we say that we accept each other as they are and we try to improve each other, when you make a mistake and when you're accepted and you're given a chance to improve and correct it, I think that's the best thing that can happen in an organization, because then you are vulnerable, you are given an opportunity to grow and you are not judged.
Every time when I meet Ashish, he says, I'm not worried about mistakes. I'm not at all worried about mistakes. We are running organizations, we started with something. Do you think we would not have made mistakes? Definitely, organization would make mistake, person would make mistake, right? But what makes us a great person is that mistake, how do we transform into opportunity?
Opportunity and learnings, yes. Correct. Right.
And that's where we need to learn and accept that, okay, I made it, it happened. It was not an intention. It was maybe something that I was not aware how to approach to
that
such
problem.
situations. And I can correct it now.
Yes.
Give me a chance. And we should challenge, we should give a fair challenge to leadership, your leaders basically, that I would do this. Even if you don't do and put efforts, right leaders here, they do appreciate.
They appreciate.
And we did such many projects which might have failed. My first 2 projects scrap. Those were scrap. But what client has
Seen.
Basically only the effort that we put.
That you put, yeah.
And client was shown lots of trust on us because of the efforts, or the way we go extra mile to make sure things happen. Right?
True. So now, Yogesh, what kept you going so long here? I mean, why are you still here?
For me, I'm when I see a Verinite, and I saw some different places, because it's not only I work with Verinite, and that means I do not know other places. Obviously, we have friends, we have colleagues coming from some different organization. One thing I can only say about Verinite and such great companies, right? We are the great place to work, right? We do not only have IQ, we have EQ.
EQ, okay.
And I will rate more in the EQ side basically. And that's what kept me here. If there is no EQ, that place is definitely not a great place to work. So for my personal experience, and what is one of the need that I have or want, you can say anywhere, I will put this EQ is most important.
And how does this come to you in your personal life? I mean, what made for you EQ so important? I mean, there should be someone who taught you
definitely.
about
I think
relationships.
I need to accept that I was not so talented. I was not so talented to get opportunities. I was not so talented to make this transformation in life happen. It is not about intelligence. It was about what kept me motivated is my mother's hard work. It is people who are getting added in your life as a leaders or as a family, right? I would just give the example of maybe my wife as well. I got married in 2021. I had a very once you started growing in life, your salaries, compensation will start increasing. You will also build up some habits of spending, right? Without reasons maybe. And you will actually not enjoy it, you just spend. And
Good way
you
to
will
put it.
spend to, I mean, you feel like that is what enjoyment could be. I started, missing on that, enjoying the little things, or little like small success. But that, I mean, wife when she came, actually, she expect very less, and she has a basically a good, that attitude about how do we enjoy these small things.
Small things, yeah.
And I think I'm practicing it with her.
Nice.
So what I'm saying, anyone can be your mentor. You have to just find what needs to be learned, basically, right? So this only can happen with the EQ. Empathy, we call, right?
Yes.
We have leaders here who shows a great empathy, basically. I mean, why this could happen? Because I am part of a group where my leaders are also there,
Yes.
and I can see them. They are discussing so, seriously, deeply about single issues, about resources, about our associates who join, how they can grow with us, right? How to find the best opportunity for right person, right? If something is not working for someone, how do we change his role or his project to
Correct.
make things happen, So basically what I'm saying, this can only happen when you have that empathy,
Correct.
when you have that EQ. It does not go with IQ.
Right. Oh, great.
That's
Very
it.
nice to know your thought about this.
Yes, thank you.
So Yogesh, now recently we celebrated your 10th anniversary. So we would like to know about that day. How was it? What was something special that you felt on that day?
Yeah, now I mean you know, right? I mean we work on different projects so far, and after that also I got different opportunities to work as a SME, to work for the power cut projects, big transformations, or you would say big upgrades which were happening in the market, right? And I think after 10 years working in the same domain, different roles, I was looking for definitely a good opportunity as well as something I can do or contribute more in the organization, right? And right, we also drive different initiatives in organization. We make it like We Mentors, We Academy. So We Academy is basically we are doing it for trainings, our own people, for upgrading them, keeping them updated about industry or market that we have, and learning new skills, right? We Mentors, we have specifically to improve the collaboration, to mentor people, to create a groups, to share the knowledge between two projects, right? Specifically. So while all these things were happening, there was something was also going on my mind. What I will do now next? What I will do now next? And I was basically like on the 10th anniversary. Definitely, thank you to HR team. There was a good celebration that we did, cake cutting, this trophy, right? But there one thing that happened, which was again not planned, but it happened on the same day, and it's actually a 10th anniversary, that I had a lunch with Ashish. So always to spending 1 hour with Ashish is like you are full for maybe next 6 months, right? You will spend 6 months but will not have that learnings, because he also believes strongly in mentorship.
Yes.
And he's basically a hobby of reading books, sharing those perspectives, applying them, basically while working. So our CEO basically, it was like a CEO lunch, we can say,
of course.
lunch with CEO, right? So I understood from his if I want, we should not optimize much. Like optimize for money, for example, if I say. What happen is like after some years and the way things are trending right now, bigger salaries and everything, he said there is still a basic rule that you have to always sacrifice for the short term so that long term goals are met, right?
Nice one.
So, and this is a very known fact. Many great people are saying this on the LinkedIn as well these days. This generation does not sacrifice for a short term even to meet that long term goals, right? It's so quick these days, right? So I think that was like stopped me for some time and said, oh, okay, even after 10 years now, this is something that is I never thought about. Being a same organization, you will start assuming things that I know everything about what happening because you are in external leadership thing, and even my leaders know what I am thinking. Don't assume it. He said, don't assume anything. Get a clarity. Have that dialogue with leadership. Don't assume. And that first thing, don't optimize for money. See in long term what you want to do and start sacrificing for it from today and plan it from today. Start executing those actions so that someday you will not regret about it.
True.
Because
time is precious.
That will not come back, right? So I think this has given me a different direction, and
again.
This year again has given me a different direction, and I'm working on that direction after 10 years. So it is still start.
Like a restart of the next decade.
Yes.
Starting of the next. Lovely. Great. Okay, now let's start with a small rapid fire. Okay, so there are going to be 2 to 3 questions, not much. Okay. Now there will be few where you'll have to choose an option, and then there will be some hypothetical questions. Okay. Now the first one, Pune or Akola?
It is definitely Akola. Because it doesn't matter where do you work. It is always family. Your family has to be your priority, and that's why Akola. It does not mean that your work or your career cannot be priority, but you cannot what I would say, compare these two things.
Yeah.
So it's not about cities. It is about why Akola. So
okay.
Family.
What is a funny nickname that you have been given here, or people address with you in Verinite? Any nickname you have?
No. Sometimes it's same for family and here as well.
Okay.
Many times people say Yogu to me only.
Yogu. And I call you Yo.
Yo. So when you cheers in Vietnam, they say Yo.
Achha.
So that I think that's why I like that name. It's like a cheers. So Yo is something that people do also. Many people do call me Yo.
Nice. Okay. The next one. What was the biggest or the weirdest thing that you saw on your table ever in these 10 years? Anything weird or anything big that shocked you actually to see on your table when you came to work?
It's not weird, but I would say, when we started working in the Shivaji Nagar, that office, right? We were working on desktop.
Okay.
Right? So, you will always have that basically, when I will go to the software company, I will get some laptop, right?
Yeah, laptops were in fashion.
Right. So, one day what happened is, I came to like the way normally we come to the office in the morning. So usually what happens is I will go and just on my PC and will start working. That day there was no PC.
Okay.
Pieces were removed, and then I started asking, what it, are we moving or what? I mean, what happened exactly? Then they said like, just go there and see what it is. So basically, there was a laptop. It made me happy like anything, like a
Small child.
small child who is saying something that he was waiting for a long, and he will never get that, something like that. So it was again a small achievement for Verinite itself, that we are giving laptops to our employees now. Nowadays we do
Now
not
it's a
see that.
fashion.
We do not see that. I mean, we started comparing. People are giving Apple, laptop, or we see this different laptops and configuration. We are comparing. At that time, that getting that laptop was the biggest thing. It was the biggest surprise.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Great. So now, Yogesh,
Even finding I mean, we did not have AC in that office, okay? So it used to like, there was a fan, so it will move, right? So I used to ask, can I keep it little bit close to, I mean, during the summer days, right? So what I am saying, like, coming to the this office was also again a big achievement,
yes.
and it is like always we see, okay, this is what we achieved basically.
And I'm sure this feeling is only when you spend so much time and you have seen the organization grow.
Growing.
Because when you come and you get everything ready made, you don't have this feeling.
Yeah,
It's a very special feeling actually.
I was mentioning to Ashish that Ashish, your cabin means our old office now. So this journey always keep you motivated, that we came from there to here. Now after here, it is going to be something else.
Yes.
Just we are waiting
Wait
and
watch.
keeping like maybe our contribution, everyone's contribution would make it completely different from here now.
Right. Great. On that note, so thank you so much, Yogesh, for coming. And it was a lovely chat. I can feel all the positive vibes. And it was lovely to have you here and reminiscing all those memories and things that I also did not know.
I think it is giving me a chance, like something to live again, to recollect all those dots, all those things that happen. And thank you for asking me these questions actually, because sometimes you don't know that you from where you have come, and you started forgetting it, and you would started something to just see, expecting something else, be unhappy something about. But I think from where we are coming, it's something that is a good achievement, but as well as it's a something called a motivation, that it can keep your driving force, maybe that if things can happen from there to here, it can go from
here
to the next level as well, and definitely it will go. So it is always from chaos to clarity. We have that on our wall as well, right? So to clarity is so important.
Right.
This year clarity is something that I basically noted, to make sure that this has to be there. Everything that we work upon, everything, whatever it is, basically that I am just seeking it from leaders or from clients, everyone.
Correct.
I hope this will also give some clarity to our audience in terms of the people who are joining new to this organization, and people who started career with us, right?
Yes.
Nowadays, though, people are getting very great projects actually directly into the core. Some very interesting card launching.
Yes.
Some migrations, some big transformations, right? These associates definitely learn faster even than what I did basically.
Yeah.
and many of us are like very well aware that there will be the great opportunities,
Yes.
and the way we will grow will be not adding only to Verinite, but everyone's life some great
Yes.
profile would we have basically from our own it's like own house build people, right? So I think this is a this is something that freshers can definitely practice here. I will always have that message which Ashish has passed in first year itself. First 3 years you are just going to be the student. Just make sure whatever the salaries or everything you are getting, that is you are getting, but consider that you are getting it for learning, not for working. If you have that attitude, you not think about if I am working on Saturday, Sunday. I am not saying you have to work on Saturday, Sunday. What I am saying is you have to learn on Saturday, Sunday more. Maybe not about don't deliver projects or anything, but put that effort so that
This is again, you can relate to again sacrificing in the present for your long-term goal. So sacrificing your weekends now for
Yeah.
learning and spending that much time on learning, so you can see better.
I spent that time. I think I got some outcomes definitely. I will suggest that it's a very personal.
Yeah.
It's not like
It's not a
there-
mandatory.
It's not mandatory. Definitely not mandatory. It's personal. You can balance definitely your life, how you want to go about it. I wanted to go fast, so I had to spend that time.
Time on weekends. Great. So now, Yogesh, as we have the ritual of you reciting a poem
Oh, is it?
in an interview, which you did in the first interview. So this is again your first podcast, so we would like to hear something from you.
No, actually, one poem, not something written by me,
Okay.
but that one poem has given us again kind of perspectives about leaders, right? So I think you also remember that poem in the last strategy meet when we had the facilitators as basically given it as a gift to us, I would say.
Yes.
I mean, if you also remember, we can say it together.
You say it, please.
I think it was like, come to the edge, and it's so high, right? Come to the edge, it's so deep. Come to the edge, they came, he pushed, and they flew. That was the poem.
Lovely. Great. So thank you once again, everyone, and thank you for watching. So that's the end of our first podcast. Thank you, Yogesh, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.